In the heart of Belgravia lies a discreet haven for automotive enthusiasts. Step into the garden and you don't just see some of the most remarkable cars ever built. You feel the overwhelming sense of community, friendship, laughter, and pure passion for anything with an engine. Welcome inside the world of the 96 Club, where we take a sneak peek into the extraordinary lives of the people who keep this club alive. Founded in 1976, this exclusive car club began quite simply by accident. 50 years ago, the gentleman sitting before us came up with a brilliant idea, one that no car club had ever done before. As with many great motoring stories, this one starts with a Ferrari.
I sold a Ferrari 512 Boxer to one of my great friends, Ray Bell. 4 weeks later, he rang me up and he said, "Scotty, I want you to buy the car back. I've been done for speeding, taking my wife to have a baby. I got stopped for 96 miles an hour. So buy the car back." And I said, "Well, actually, A, I've spent the profit, and B, I bought another car. So I'm not going to. I'm sorry." He said, "Well, what are we going to do then? Why don't I suggest that we start a private members club for people who've lost their license for speeding?" So we got 6 people to agree who'd lost their licenses to come, and we went to race circuit. And we rented Mallory Park for, I think, 200 quid. And we started doing the racetracks. And word got out that it was a great way out. And practically everybody in our jet set all loved cars, and we loved cars, and therefore most of the things we were involved with to do with cars. And so Ray said, "Well, we'll start the 96 Club," and I've got the logo of this 96 Club that we set up in 1976. We had an interesting thing at Silverstone. We had this hospitality suite, and in the year that Mansell won the Grand Prix, Silverstone had put up a board that was hinged in front of our pit. It came up so we couldn't see the rostrum where they were giving the award away. So Quentin Sperring, who was a good friend of ours, who was the editor of Autocar in those days, he said to Jeff Bloxham, another great friend of ours, "Go and see Scotty, and I want you to take a photograph of the winner's rostrum showing the 96 Club." The boss man of Silverstone, the president of Silverstone, rang me on Tuesday morning and said, "Who did you sleep with to get that photograph?" And that's the power of the 96 Club. Over 35 people went into club racing with the 96 Club. And of course, the most famous and the most successful was the guy who started the club with me, Raymond Bell.
It's not what you know, but who you know. It's notorious that during this era of motorsport, these people created their own rules and their own adventures. Driving their cars spiritedly wasn't enough. These men didn't just want to drive, they wanted their own race, a race across Europe against the Orient Express.
We did an amazing event, which called the European Express Trophy. I organised that we would have 10 classic cars lined up on Victoria Station with the Orient Express sitting there waiting to go off to the Cipriani in Venice. We've got a Ferrari F40, which I was driving, an Aston Degustato, another Ferrari, a Porsche, a Lamborghini, and a Maserati, all lined up. We were all in race overalls. The guard is standing beside the train, and the whistle goes, he drops the flag, and the train drives out of the station, and we run across the platform, jump in the cars, and shoot off. We were racing the train overnight to the Cipriani in Venice. You imagine doing that now? Ridiculous. You couldn't possibly do it. We drove non-stop through the night. So we got to Venice first. Simon Le Bon and Paul Stewart in the Lamborghini actually claimed to have got there first, but they'd gone on the motorways, so they were disqualified. So we won. All I can say is that I must thank all the members that have ever been a member of the 96 Club, all the wonderful people who've helped keep the club alive, all the enthusiasm that we've generated and the wonderful events we've participated in, that I do hope that everything will go on for the next 25, 50 years.
What began as a simple idea grew into something far greater than anyone could have imagined. But this was never just about one person. It's about the people who gather around some of the greatest cars ever made. Racers, engineers, and collectors, all brought together by a shared passion. The simple fun of cars. And a love of cars is what brought me here. My name is Bex, and through this series, we'll be exploring the people and the stories of the automotive world. The passion, the friendships, and the simple joy of driving. Because, in the end, legends are built on the road. This is Our Legends.